It's Thursday, June 5th.
I knew him well, and he was, as he was to thousands of Canadians, a hero of mine for as long as I can remember.
Remembering the life of Marc Garneau, Canada's first man in space who has died at the age of 76.
Peace of mind is probably the thing we seek most and the thing we have least.
For some wildfire evacuees in Manitoba, their doorbell cameras have become their go-to source for information about their homes.
Everything, drop it. Come on.
Delta crash development. CTV News has learned 6 new lawsuits were filed this week against Delta Airlines after February's crash at Pearson Airport.
There's McDavid, out in front, score! Leon Draisaitl! The Oilers win Game 1!
What a comeback. Leon Draisaitl's big night has the Oilers just 3 wins away from the Stanley Cup. Stay with us, Canada. Your morning starts right now. Good morning, Canada. Welcome to Your Morning. I'm Anne-Marie Mediwake.
Good morning. I'm Lindsey Deluce.
And good morning. I'm Winston C. in for Kelsey. We hope your Thursday is off to a good start.
I watched that game last night.
You did watch the game?
I did.
And the overtime and everything?
Period. Yeah, I fell asleep in second period, and then I woke up again and watched till the end. It was great.
Nice.
That is awesome.
And the fans in Edmonton, I mean, they came all out in Edmonton, and just watching the pit outside, they were
to win in overtime, Game 1 at home.
Yes.
Yeah. It's something I feel like we need this right now.
That's so good.
Yeah.
So good. So congrats to all the Oilers fans out there.
Yeah.
Some sad news to start this morning with. Marc Garneau is being remembered as a Canadian trailblazer.
I'm still kind of reeling with the news. And to me, Marc was the Canadian astronaut's astronaut. He was a role model, an inspiring mentor.
An adventure that I will never forget.
Canada's first astronaut in space, Marc Garneau, has died. He died yesterday after a short illness. A statement from his wife, Pam, reads in part, Marc faced his final days with the same strength, clarity, and grace that defined his life. He passed away peacefully, surrounded by the love of his family. Marc Garneau was born in Quebec City. He first served as a naval officer with the Canadian Armed Forces. He went to space 3 times, inspiring generations of Canadian astronauts. He was also the Canadian Space Agency's president from 2001 to 2005. Garneau then entered politics, as we know, in 2008, holding cabinet positions of Transport Minister and Foreign Affairs under Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. He retired in 2023, so not that long ago, after he was dropped from cabinet. Marc Garneau was 76.
He opened the door. Then it was possible for a young Canadian to think that maybe one day they would be able to go to space.
Former Canadian astronaut Julie Payette talked about how their careers crossed over so many times, including when she was Governor General and he was a cabinet minister. Chris Hadfield says this, quote, Marc Garneau was my role model, mentor, 30-year plus close friend and a brave and exemplary Canadian for us all. My heart goes out to his family. The world has lost a very good man. Prime Minister Mark Carney is also paying tribute, saying, quote, I join all Canadians in mourning the passing of Marc Garneau, a naval officer, a history-making astronaut, and a public servant of exceptional distinction. He brought dedication and duty to every post he held. Leaders from Canada's steel industry will be in Ottawa today to talk tariffs with government officials, and the Prime Minister is facing a lot of pressure to act fast.
We will take some time, not much, some time, because we are in intensive discussions right now with the Americans.
Industry Minister Melanie Joly also said, Ottawa will take a bit more time responding as she weighs different scenarios. Industry leaders in Canada want Ottawa to match U.S. President Donald Trump's 50% tariff on steel and aluminum. Ontario Premier Doug Ford is also calling for a counterpunch.
We need to react immediately. We need to put that other 25% on as soon as possible.
6 of Canada's 13 steel plants, by the way, are in Ontario. The Liberals' throne speech has moved through the House of Commons.
I declare the motion, as amended, carried on division.
Okay, so let me explain. The throne speech was adopted by the House of Commons. What does that mean? That means it passed without a recorded vote. Had it gone to a standing vote, the Liberals would have needed support from another party. The NDP had said it would not be supporting the throne speech. Evacuees in Manitoba are seeing the devastation left by wildfires, some of them through their doorbell and security cameras.
I've been calling this fire the demon, and when this demon came through, it had so much power, it was unstoppable.
Jennifer Heisert found out her home in Denair Beach had been destroyed after she was sent this video from a neighbor. It was one of several homes in the community destroyed by fire. Ottawa, along with the governments of Manitoba and Saskatchewan, say they will match donations made to the Canadian Red Cross for recovery. More than 14,000 people in Manitoba have registered with the Red Cross as evacuees. That's sad. Meanwhile, the wildfire burning near L'Orange in Saskatchewan has now almost doubled in size.
We've had fires where we've evacuated our entire firefighting staff at short notice.
The mayor of L'Orange says the local Rona and Robertson trading stores have burned down. About 7,000 people from L'Orange, Airange, and the Lac L'Orange Indian Band were ordered out earlier this week. There are 22 active wildfires burning in Saskatchewan. The province's public safety agency estimates 400 structures have been lost. In Alberta, people from the town of Swan Hills may be able to go home today. Town officials say they're working on a re-entry plan, but it's, of course, dependent on the situation, how it developed overnight. The fire near Swan Hills is now considered being held, so not growing. People have been out of their homes for more than a week. In other news this morning, CTV News has learned 6 new lawsuits have been filed this week against Delta Airlines for the plane crash at Pearson in February.
Who was at fault? What type of deficiencies do we have in the operating practices that led to this type of behavior by the flight crew? So those things have not been defined yet. And I expect that to be part of the Transportation Safety Board's final report.
The lawsuits are against Delta and their regional carrier Endeavour Air. They claim in part the Delta crash occurred due to the gross negligence and recklessness of the Delta Endeavour flight crew. 80 people, it's just wild to watch this video again, isn't it? Man. 80 people were on board when their flight did that. They were arriving from Minneapolis, they crash landed, rolled. That was February 17th at Pearson in Toronto. 21 passengers and crew were injured. A preliminary report from the TSB found a warning system on the plane sent an alert indicating a high rate of descent. That was less than 3 seconds before it crashed. A full TSB report could take until October 2026. Delta declined a CTV News request for comment yesterday, but noted they do support the ongoing investigation. Whew. All right, speaking of whew, the Edmonton Oilers are now, as Anne-Marie mentioned off the top, 3 wins away from lifting the Stanley Cup.
Nugent Hopkins with it. There's McDavid out in front. Score! Leon Draisaitl!
I can't imagine how loud it was in there. Leon Draisaitl scoring the opening goal, by the way, and the overtime winner as the Oilers took this game, game 1, 4-3. His first goal came, 66 seconds into the game, but they eventually needed a comeback because the Panthers, they scored 3 straight to take a 3-1 lead. Game 2 tomorrow night in Edmonton. Awesome. Okay, I need to talk to you about something. This is something big we've been trying to ignore. It's the elephant in the room. That one's for you, Anne-Marie. Literally like an elephant in the room. This is a grocery store in Thailand. Can you imagine? Strolled in from a nearby park, started to eat, everything. Snacks included 9 bags of sweet rice crackers, a sandwich, some bananas. Luckily, it only ate about $35 worth of food. Asian elephants spend as much as 19 hours a day eating. They can produce, this is an interesting fact, 220 pounds of poo per day. Dung.